Good afternoon, folks, and welcome back to week 6 of the BCI Invitational. Everything's coming down to the wire, tensions are high. Who will win and who will lose? Find out this week. This first matchup we have is Jegonn against Manny. Jegonn recently took down the number 1 player, Jack. This puts him at a nice second place. If he can win out, he can continue to keep his playoff bye, which he currently has. Quite a big advantage coming into playoffs, seeded automatically into the semifinals. Manny fighting to keep his playoff dreams alive. One more win could tie him up with some of the other people at the bottom. But a loss could spell disaster. Let's get into it. Starting off, we have Blue Eyes White Dragon, the classic, the Napkins Cloister. Probably threatening with a choice band here. Cloister gonna switch out. The Ninetales enters the field. Both players just switching immediately. Blastoise tickling that Registeel. Ooh, Earthquake on the switch in, nice predict. Activating the Pataya Berry though. This Blaze Boosted Flamethrower is definitely going to take the Registeel out. What can he bring into Revenge Kill? Arcanine, Extreme Speed possibly. Manny preserving the Typhlosion for later use. King Oscar ready to throw his weight around. Not going to take much from Blastoise. Possibly can just set up in its face. He does so. Blastoise can roar this thing out though. As we see that from Manny, smart move. Scizor also not super threatened by Blastoise. Going to take a little bit more from Surf. Light Screen going to remedy that. Jolteon comes in. Does not like taking a Silver Wind. Setting up Swords Dance, but Jolteon's just going to roar this back out as well. Dark Magician Girl does not want to be sitting in front of a Jolteon here. Stays in anyways. Sceptile is mainly going to go for the same Sub-Seed Sept. Unfortunately, substituting on the Toxic. Tentacruel with its high base special defense is not going to take much from Sceptile. Friends back with super effective moves, and honestly, Sub-Seed not going to do anything to this. Liquid Ooze a direct counter to that set. Hoggy switching up, protecting a switch. Maybe substituting down again. This could just be a free switch back into Tentacruel. Ooh, unfortunate Leech Seed missed. That would have healed Sceptile up quite a bit with Snorlax's high base HP. Not being able to get a Leech Seed down is really going to hurt Manny's chances at getting any damage down on this guy. Forcing to roar out the boost, Blastoise taking so much. Now it's in range for Arcanine HP Grass. That was the switch into it, so there's not much left here. Tied at 5 and 5. Cloister coming in. Hitting a Surf. HP Grass is going to do a ton to this though. Or Fire Blast. It's an extreme speed range. This Cloister is effectively done. And no spikes down. It must have been a speed tie, that's interesting. Aerodactyl. Augie's gonna have a great switch into Aerodactyl, choosing to just sack the Arcanine to get some damage down. Scout would move it, locks into Double Edge. Scizor can come in safely, resisting that hit. Can possibly set something up here. Sword Stance. This might be able to kill Jolteon here. I'm not sure. So everyone going to, yeah, take it out. Looks like Jolteon went for a roar there. Sceptile possibly carrying HP Fire. Substituting down. Predicting a switch out maybe. He gets the Leech Seed down, but is going to drop to the Silver Wind. Typhlosion coming in, getting us a little bit of HP back. Not going to matter, still in Blaze. And Snorlax can just... It's taking, that's a lot of damage onto a Snorlax, but it's definitely not threatened. Shadow Ball to not be resisted by Aerodactyl, and I think... I mean, Aerodactyl, with some flinches, can definitely get this thing done. Choosing to curse up is quite scary here. Leave yourself open to Rock Slide flinch here for the 2-hit KO. And we see it. I mean, with Aerodactyl, anything's possible. Those Rock Slide flinches, you just need a few things to go your way. Rock Slide not going to do a lot to this Tentacle, but that Sun preventing the kill from Surf. Still feeling that effect of that Typhlosion, and unfortunate Rock Slide miss. Aerodactyl is sometimes a double-edged sword. Jegonn moves on. 5 wins. His playoff berth is all but assured at this point. Manny Cruz, like to see how week 7 plays out for him. Let's move on to the next match. And we have Oski P versus Jack. Jack looking to retake his throne. He's still at number 1, but I don't know, that loss, not what he wanted. Makes him a little bit vulnerable. Oscar also deep in the trenches for the playoff race. A win here would have crazy implications, actually. Jack could possibly lose his playoff berth, his playoff bye. And a win from Oscar here would... I don't know if it would guarantee him... It would probably guarantee him into the playoffs, actually. Let's see if Oscar can get some stuff done here. Zapdos lead into Medicham. Volcani. Thunderbolt not going to kill. I wonder if that was a roll. Or maybe it was EV to live then. But Rock Slide definitely going to kill that Zapdos. Not a great trade for Oscar here. Jack very fine with it. Probably Hidden Power Fire with that damage. Not that Hidden Power Grass would do much more. Blissey with Thunder Wave means that Celebi actually might win this 1v1. Assuming the Celebi's Leech Seed recover, yeah. Blissey effectively only making 8% of progress each turn. Blissey obviously not threatened. Either with that soft boiled, but without toxic, Celebi can kind of just sit here. As long as you don't get super unlucky on a paralysis. Celebi's back up to full. Critical hit doing nothing. Measly 14%. But some riveting gameplay indeed from these guys. 2 blobs just sitting here, and oh, OJ Simpson's entered the field, another blob. Now it's speeding so we can get that substitute. I dodged the Leech Seed. In a PP stall war, I take Dusclops. Will-O-Wisp to catch a switch in, possibly. Oscar not realizing you can't leech seed through substitute. Forced to switch out an Umbreon here. It's going to take the Will-O-Wisp. Smart move. Synchronize will burn the Dusclops and prevent a horribly long stall. Curing the paralysis. Pain Split is going to keep Dusclops around for a long time, but Selby might be able to break the substitute now with a hidden power. Can't break with the Leech Seed, buddy. Giga Drain not even breaking the substitute. Forced to use 2 Giga Drains to break the sub. That's not a good look with pressure. Jacking the sub back. This Dusclops is incredibly annoying for the Selby. With only 8 Giga Drain PP, you can only use that 4 times in front of this Dusclops, and you can just heal right back up to full with its much lower base HP. And Pain Split. 2 hidden powers breaking the substitute. Not much Selby can do to this Dusclops. Does Selby just hidden powers here? Dusclops gets a free substitute back up. Ooh, nice Shadow Ball. It's doing no damage. Must be completely invested in bulk. It is burned, but would have only done maybe 26% without the burn. Dragonite coming in. Doesn't want to take a Will-O-Wisp, but possibly can just boost through it with Dusclops not threatening it at all. Here we see a Dragonite set up 1. Missed Will-O-Wisp, gonna buy Dragonite an extra turn. Here we see the second Dragon Dance here. Another miss, so this is not good here. This might be enough for Dragonite to just break through. Finally lands a Wisp on the Dragonite. Imagine if I had Lumberry, that would have been crazy. Dragonite effectively +1 attack right now. Pain Split going to heal Dusclops back to full, putting this Dragonite on a bad timer. Will Hidden Power Flying drop Dusclops low enough so it can't substitute? That's what we need right now. Barely. Dragonite only 2 to 3 more turns left of power here. Is going to take out the Dusclops. Much needed. But Jack brings back in Metacham with Fake Out. Jack's been really using this Metacham's access to Fake Out to full effect. Doesn't necessarily always need that 4th move. Oh, here we go. We're back at it. No Calm Mind on Selby means Blissey's not threatened, and no Toxic on Blissey means that Selby's not threatened. And Wish, maybe trying to get back Metacham to full, but can't really switch into Selby with how low it is. But yeah, that Metacham Fake Out. Access to priority and giving it a free turn to just take out low health enemies and guarantee revenge kills. Ooh, Ludicolo freeze. That's not great. Blissey can't do much to it, but... Oh, wow. Lucky Thaw out. Rain Dance means this does outspeed. Well, Kenny definitely going for the Fake Out here, but... Jackson easy switch back into Blissey here. Yeah, it's definitely HP Fire, nerfed by the rain. Unfortunate miss of Leech Seed there. I think we're gonna speed this battle up. We're speeding up the turns here. With Ice Beam and no Leech Seed down, Celebi could drop with a few unlucky paralysis. There we go. That might be it. This is a roll. Choosing not to switch. Reading the switch out. Hidden Power Bug. Going to take this out. Great switch from Jack here. Hidden Power Bug still threatens that Umbreon. Umbreon stalling out itself with Burn and Protect. Nothing on Oscar's team can really switch in. I don't know if Umbreon will live that. Yeah, Umbreon not with leftovers. Blaziken substituting down. Salicberry, Blaziken possibly getting roared out immediately though. It's not looking great for Oscar here. Jack's answers to this Blaziken are still up. Swampert not going to take much unless Blaziken can get all the way down, but you can't get Blaziken down without it being roared out unless the Celebi's still alive. Possibly you sack Celebi here, but with Medicham Fake Out on the table, substituting down on Blaziken, it's kind of difficult. Substitute here possibly. Oh, and Medicham's down. This Blaziken could do it, but no. Alakazam really going to just outspeed. Blaziken maybe could have made something happen there. Oscar could have made a substitute on the Blissey. Because you need to hit the Medicham in order to kill it and keep it from finishing off here in Salicberry range. But you do need to substitute down enough so that Salicberry allows you to outspeed the rest of Jack's team. Anyways, Jack takes his revenge for last week. Moving on, we have Augur Spectre versus the newly anointed Dr. Kevin. Congratulations, Kevin, on the defense of your dissertation. Both of these guys deep in the playoff race. I believe with a win, August is in. With a loss, is most likely out. Alright, August reminding himself, do not throw. Getting Sandstorm down early. Mischievous on the Earthquake. Are we going to see the same mean look strategy from last week? Porygon 2 coming in. Here we see the mean look. I do substitute to prevent Toxic. If Porygon 2 has it, Repair Song straight away. Toxic is going to put this Mischievous on a timer, but I don't think Porygon 2 can take it out in time. August still on terms with Protect. Wonder what that fourth move is. If the fourth move was Substitute, that might have been a good idea, to dodge that Toxic, because this. Maybe you could have scouted with Protect as well. Switch on to the Gyarados. A little bit scary. Don't really want your Gyarados being toxic. Also, a possible Thunderbolt from Porygon 2 could have hurt it a lot. Regice could switch into Starmie, not going to take much. That actually was, in hindsight, a great Toxic from Kevin, knowing that Augie's going to switch out. Guaranteed damage on something. Heracross, directly threatening this. Ooh, a Focus Punch, reading the switch. Gyarados can take this quite well, but it is being worn down with that Toxic. Great focus punch from Kevin. Forced to switch out though. Starmie, I'm not sure. I'm going to take too much from Hidden Power Flying. Can't just heal off that damage. Gyarados is getting dangerously low. Can only switch in one more time to a focus punch. Slowly chipping down this Regice. Moltres comes in, taking a big Ice Beam. Neutral to Ice Beam, so... And if it was Thunderbolt, that would have done a lot too. Hidden Power... Grass? And Moltres goes down. Possibly gaming a little bit too hard here. Clearly going to threaten with Earthquake. Bites back in Mischievous though. Oh, an Ancient Power to read the switch. Great play from Kevin. Also covered the Gyarados switch in. Mischievous pretty low. Only going to take one more. Claydol's trapped, but Mischievous is dead. Parasong going to force Claydol to switch, but Meanlook is not keeping him in. This Gyarados, I don't know if this Gyarados wants to be taking an Ancient Power here. Rest is going to heal it up. Hidden Power. Is that Hidden Power Rock is in addition to Ancient Power, or maybe Hidden Power Electric? I feel like HP Electric would do a little bit more. Regice, with no leftovers, is just getting... And a burn. Oh, Lumberry. Interesting. Gengar is going to take out this Regice. Regice alive for one more turn. Switching out to Gyarados on... Perhaps a read there. Not a safe read at all. Gengar has no reason not to Thunderbolt there. Oxide not going to do much to Claydol. The dichotomy of man here with this Marowak name. Double Edge doing a lot of damage to this Claydol, but Augie has no answers to it. Claydol taking out the Marowak. What does August have in the back? Hidden Power Bug. Gonna take out the Claydol. Bulky Tyranitar lives a hit here. Just cutting out the Starmie's move. Tyranitar coming back in. Hidden Power Bug does kill. Hydro Pump. Oh, must not have been a Bulky Tyranitar then. And Magneton. I think it's over for Magneton. The Enduro Strat's coming back up. Salic Berry gonna allow Magneton to outspeed everything. Going to KO this Starmie, but are Gengar and Heracross low enough? Ooh, possibly a roll there, but Fire Punch is going to take out the Magneton. That looked like a roll. If that's possible. How much HP did the Heracross have left? 61%. I don't think Heracross dies to Magneton there. I think Magneton might need a magnet in order to take it out from that range. Great win from the Doctor. PhD in Pokemon. Unfortunately, that is the last game for this week. I apologize. We did have a forfeit. Brandon forfeited to Adam, so Adam gets that free win there. Look at the rankings. Jack and Jegonn still in the lead. Though a loss from one of them and a win from Adam next week could change up the standings. Adam and Kevin safely in playoffs here. Manny, Brandon, August, Oscar though still fighting. Could be anyone's game. Differentials are quite close too, so a lot of this is going to come down to head-to-head. Right now, Brandon does have the head-to-head against August, so as things stand, August is not looking great in playoffs. Moving on to the schedule for next week. Round 7, the final week of the regular season. We have Brandon versus Manny, Kevin versus Adam, Jack versus Augie, and then other Augie, or Jegonn, versus Oscar. There'll be some interesting matchups. I know Jegonn and Oscar have been scrim partners this whole time, so they might have some insider information on each other. Finally, two partners working out, settling it once and for all. Brandon versus Manny. A win from either of them here could really I think eliminates the other one from playoffs. So that's a very important matchup. Very exciting one. We'll have to look in next week to see how that one plays out. Kevin versus Adam. Not super important for playoff contention, only for seeding. A win from Kevin. I think Adam would still keep the differential, but a win from Kevin would keep Adam from accessing that playoff berth. A win here from Adam means that he could take one of the buys if either Jack or Augie lose. Or Jack or Jegonn lose, sorry. Jack versus Augie. Jack is fighting to keep his playoff spot. Just needs to close out, take care of business. August, needs this win in order to stay alive. It's go time. Rumor says that scrims have been close to 50-50 between these two, so might be an exciting match. I'm excited to see what each of these players bring. And then Jegonn versus Oscar. Definitely has playoff implications. Oscar could... There is a world where Oscar is eliminated from playoffs with a loss here. But with a win, he guarantees himself in. Augie does want to win this in order to keep that second place under lock. So, no slacking from him. Thanks for tuning in. See you guys next week. Bye.